Ndị na-ege m ntị ụmụnne m ndị njem ọnụ, ana m ekene nwoke, ana m ekene nwaanyị, ana m ekene ndị echichi, ana m ekene ndị nze, ana m ekene ndị ọzọ, ana m ekene ndị ụkọchukwu, ana m ekene ndị omenanị, ana m ekene ndị eze nwoke, ndị eze nwaanyị nke onye chiri ya zelu. Abụ m nwanne unu nwoke Mazi Okpalaeze Chukwu bụ ike m, agụ Biafra nke mbụ na Biafra eze nwife n'ụwa niile. Ikpe mara eziokwu aka azụ dị Mazi Osu Ọjị na-adịghị eji iji ifele abịakwana m ọzọ tata. Ana m asị ọchọ nke oge mụ bụ Biafra, asị m ọdachi ekweni ya. Aka ọbụla na-atụ na aka ọjọọ, ana masị akpọnwụ akpọnwụkwụ ọbụla na-agala njem ọjọọ ya daa ngwụrọ. Chukwu oke abịa ma anyị dị ka osi nọchiri ụzọ sọsọ ube maka anyị ga na-analụ, ma ya nọchiri ụzọ so onye aga na eji m nke onye ụmụ ụwa. Asị na eme nwata chọwa nke ya, asị na ụwa ajọ nwa, mana a na-eme ka unu nwata na o ji ihe nwata nwere ya kee n'aka fọbụ ife ọ ga-ewetu nwata ewele ihe ya. Aka mbụ nwanne unu nwoke Mazi Okpalaeze Chukwu bụ ike m, ka unu ji prezidentị wee ma n'iru akwụkwọ. Ana m ekene unu nke ọma. Ana m asị onye ọbụla gee ntị, n'ihi na ọkwa nji bịa taata bụ ọkwa dị oke mkpa. Unu n'anya unu afụ n'iru ada atọrọ m amụ, unu n'anya unu afụ n'obi adọrọ m mma, ma n'igwe unu nke bụ eziokwu n'iru Chukwu n'iru mmadụ, oge a ga-emesi ife niile a, oge a ga-agbasa ọsọ niile a, oge a ga-anụsọ ọgụ niile a, mmeri ga-abụ nke anyị. Mmeri ga-abụ nke ụmụ Biafra, mana ụtụtụ mana ehihie mana abalị. Ịbụ onye Ijọ, ịbụ onye Isoko, ịbụ onye Urobo, ịbụ onye Igbo, ịbụ onye Igede, ịbụ onye Igodomigodo, ebe ọ bụ na isi wee na-ege m ntị, ana m asị n'ịbụ nwa Biafra. N'ihi na a sị na mkpagbu a na-akpagbu ndị Igbo, mkpagbu a na-akpagbu ndị Biafra adịrọ mma. Ọ ya mere Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ji wepụta. Enwe m na-asị ebe ọ bụ na isi Delta, isi Imo, isi Enugu, isi Ebonyi, isi Bayelsa, isi Cross River, Akwa Ibom, isi Rivers, isi Benue, isi Kogi, isi Enugu, isi Abia, ebe ọ bụ na isi wee na-ege m ntị ugbu a, tụsalụ m ozi a, n'ihi na ozi a ndị wee bịa dị oke mkpa. Unu mana ozosigo ọfọzi ka ọ gbachaa. The reason why I'm speaking to you this morning, I wish to do this program with my dialect, that is Igbo dialect, and that is the language that is being spoken in heaven. But I decided to also use English so that those of our brothers from all these places I mentioned can understand what I am saying. The message I have brought to you this morning is an important one, and you have to share this program. And I want you to pay attention. Pay attention. This program is not to be attached with emotion. These brokers shouldn't be attached with emotion or political sentiments. If you are trying to attach this program with a political sentiment or emotion, I want you to stop listening to me. Because I'm going to be raw this morning. I'm going to say it the way it is. I'm going to hit the nail by the head. That bubble that people are afraid to burst, I'm going to burst it this morning. That information that you want to hear about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, which we all have expected for so many months, you are going to hear it on this platform this morning as it is hot. Don't forget that as it is hot, now so will they talk. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has spent 2 years and 6 months in Nigeria DSS dungeon without getting freed, even when the court of competent jurisdiction have declared him a free man. And I want you to pay attention. I am going to break it down to a layman language that everybody that listens to me will understand what I'm saying. But before I go on, I want to appreciate the legal team of this movement. I want to appreciate all the legal teams, Barrister Stephen Ichukwu Ejiofor, San Ozekome, Agabi, Barrister Masua, and so many of you that are working assiduously to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is free and IPOB is brought out of Nigeria dungeon. Don't forget that we are doing this because we want our children not to suffer the ill-treatment that is being meted on our people. We don't want our children and our children's children to suffer what we are suffering today. That is why we come always online to educate you, to talk to you about the freedom of the people of Biafra. I am not a Nigerian, I am a Biafran. And on that note, I want you to pay attention. Take away your emotion. That secret that you are waiting to hear, that it seems like you're not getting it from anywhere, you go hear them here today. Yes, Nami talk, I say you go hear them. I must tell you everything. And I don't care about those that are watching, those that are recording. You can record for all I care. In fact, as a matter of fact, record this program and mark today's date. Record the program and mark today's date. Today is 16th of December 2023. A day after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Supreme Court case, which is the reason why I am here. If you think you know it all, after this program, you may see that you don't know anything. Then if you think that you don't even know anything at all, after this program, you may see it that you have known something. Therefore, I repeat that on this platform, as it is hot, that is how I'm going to say it. As it is hot means the program is designed to speak to you, even if it is hurting you, at the same time as the topic is very, very hot. That is what it is called. And I'm going to open my line to answer a few calls when the time comes. But for now, listen and listen attentively. When I talk to you as a man who have went, who saw, and who conquer. I'm not talking to you as a man who is sitting behind the fence and speaking out of ignorance. I speak to you as a man who have been there, who have seen so many things that has happened, and who sees in the spirit at the same time. Don't forget that everything I have told you people in regards to this movement in the past all came to pass. Adima abuafu chobi. Abumo isibote 1 million jimiyemo no jimiyeko. If obu na ngwalo no tumsubi onu kosi eme. So pay attention. If you have not shared this program, you have to share this program because I want the share of this program to be greater than the view. If you are only Igbo, you have to share this program. And I want to appreciate the great Directorate of State led by Mazi Chike. All the members of DOS, you guys are great. You people have done. In fact, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to be grateful for having people like you behind. Because without you guys, the Ekberima and his cohort would have rubbished this struggle. The paid agents that were designed to bring this struggle to a halt would have been laughing by now. But believe you me, it is a win-win case for us. Anywhere they take it, we win. They take it to the moon, we win. They take it to Jupiter, we win. Any planet they take this case to, we are going to win. Just as Mazi have promised each and every one of you that even in their own court, they cannot jail me. They are not educated enough to jail me. Because everything that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing, everything that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have done, is something that have been enshrined in laws, quoted, signed and sealed with international laws. That is the reason why we cannot lose out. That is the reason why we will keep soldiering on. That is the reason why we will keep making headways and the enemies cannot bring us down. So I salute the great Directorate of State. I thank each and every one of you. From top to bottom and from bottom to top, I greet you all. I want to also to thank the Eastern Security Network Command. I thank each and every one of you. The gallant men and women that are fighting to protect our land and keep it safe from the enemy. May Chukwu Kikabima continue to bless each and every one of you. I also want to appreciate all the media warriors, the great media warriors, the gallant media warriors, the media warriors of all media warriors, those of you that are fighting tooth and nail, writing, sharing programs, and those of you that are coming on live program to make sure that you speak to humanity. I bless each and every one of you. No arrow of the enemy will see you. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I will not forget to remember those of you that have been supporting this movement financially. and otherwise. Those of you that have been praying, the traditionalists, those Christians who have been praying for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom, who have been doing a lot to make sure that Mazi is out. Spiritually, physically, and otherwise, all of you that are contributing, praying, and making sure that Ipob stands. I pray that all of you shall live to see this great nation called Biafra. Thank you. I will not forget also to acknowledge all the Igbo's content creators. All the Igbo content creators. I appreciate all of you. I thank all of you. Those of you that acknowledge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case date and post it on your wall. I will not mention names. I will not. But I want you all to know that Chukwu Okike Abiama is our God. 1 minute, please. Sorry for that interruption. Biafrans, haven't appreciated all of you that are doing well, and those of you that are supporting this movement financially and otherwise. That secret that you need to know that they were hiding for you is out on this platform. I said they. And the truth remains that I am saying this not under duress. And I'm not saying this because somebody told me to say. Hold me responsible for everything I'm telling you on this platform today. I didn't tell you that Mr. O or Mr. B or Mr. P told me to tell you. I am telling you this because that is the truth. Write it down at the end of the day, so it shall be. All protocols observed. And may the soul of those that died in this struggle continue to fight until Biafra is restored. May the soul of those that have contributed a lot in this struggle and right now in the prison, may your spirit never go down. You shall continue to fight until Biafra is restored. And those of you that are still alive, that are outside fighting, thou shall never go down in faith. Thank you. Now, straight to the main reason why I'm here. Yesterday was 15th of December. The most awaited date of all dates in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case, in Biafra versus Nigeria case. The most awaited period have come and passed. And today I will be very raw. I will not be diplomatic. And no emotion will be attached. That is the reason why you must share this program. I may be vulgar in my languages, but pardon me, the way it sits in my mind, that is how I'm going to say it. Biafrans, if you guys know the work that indigenous people of Biafra, led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and in the Directorate of State, led by Mazi Chikidoziem, have done, you will be happy that we have won this case. What happened in Supreme Court yesterday is what I have come to tell you, and what you should be expecting. We won this case in Supreme Court yesterday, and I'm going to prove it to you. That is why I say that I'm not going to be emotional, and I'm not going to attach any diplomacy. No diplomacy. We won the case at the Supreme Court of Nigeria yesterday. That case is case between Nigeria and Biafra. I know so many of you will be asking me how. Why is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu still in the hand of the enemy if we have won? Now pay attention. We have not done freedom fighting before. This is the first time we are doing freedom fighting. And there are many things that you don't know that will happen. But it is our job to bring it to your doorstep so that you may understand things that you don't know. Most of you knows that for a very long time now, I have not been doing live video. Even though I appeared on BTV Europe and I did program on Radio Biafra, but on my platform, I have not been coming live. I'm still a nursing father. I have a very beautiful young baby boy. Another Biafra gallant hero was born in my life a day after my birthday. So I'm taking care of that baby. That is why you have not been seeing me coming live always. But today, I said, I must come. So my brothers and my sisters, I also appreciate those of you that have sent your gift to me for the new baby. And those of you that have blessed my baby one way or the other. Chukwu Kabeme will continue to bless all of you. Now, I want you to know that in the history of Nigeria, since 1914, when Nigeria was created, there have never been any case between Biafra and Nigeria that was brought to the Supreme Court. There was a group called Bilie Human Rights Initiative who claimed to be fighting for the restoration of Biafra for so many years. And along the line, they say they had case at over the Federal High Court. And for the past 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, now, we don't hear about them. They have all gone into oblivion. We have Wazirike group of Masob. We have Nnamdi group of Masob who have been fighting, claiming to be fighting for the restoration of Biafra. But they were not able to take their case to even Abuja High Court, not even to Appeal Court, talk less of Supreme Court of Nigeria. We have Ekwenche group. We have Biseden, the one that somebody Onwuka was leading. There is no case of this kind between this group and Nigeria that was brought to the High Court, not to the Supreme, not to the Appeal Court, talk less of Supreme Court. None of them whatsoever. Go and look at all the groups that say they are fighting for the restoration of Biafra. None of them has the capacity to bring the case of Biafra to the Appeal Court of Nigeria. But IPOB, led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the IPOB, in the absence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, led by Mazi Chike in the Directorate of State, have been able to take this case from the High Court to the Appeal Court. In the High Court, we won all our cases. In Appeal Court, we won the case. Then coming to the Supreme Court, we won in the Supreme Court. I want you to pay attention. I want to teach you something you need to know today. We won this case in Supreme Court, and I will prove it to you. So, for the fact that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu led IPOB have been able to take this case to the level of Supreme Court alone, so many of you do not know what it means. So many of you do not understand what Biafra restoration case that was taken to the Supreme Court, the highest court of the country, what it means. I know that the expectation of 95% of you is that Supreme Court will declare Mazi Nnamdi Kanu free and say, I have set him free, he should go. I know. But you all are wrong. Yes. I said it before and I'm saying it again. I know you all that we are expecting that Supreme Court will pronounce that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be freed. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should go. That they are upholding the judgment of Appeal Court. 95% of you who think this way are 100% wrong. Because people like me, people like myself, Mazi became new that they will not do it. And I will break it down for you to know That is why I'm telling you that I will be raw. I will not be diplomatic with any information here. And as I'm speaking to you, let the Biafrans who are in Nigeria, immigration, Nigeria Air Force, Nigeria Police, Nigeria Army, Nigeria, Navy, all the paramilitary department of Nigeria government, which Biafrans are participating in. Listen and pay attention to what I'm about to say today, because I told you people before, many years ago, on this platform, that some of you that are saying, I don't want Biafra, I'm not interested, it will come to the time that you in your community, you will be crying that this is the only solution you have to survive. You say it don't concern you, but today you are not in your village, you have run away from your village. It don't concern you now. That is the step. Now listen. For the case of Biafra to be discussed in the Supreme Court of Nigeria is a testimony that Biafra exit from Nigeria is at the peak. For the case of Biafra to be taken to the Supreme Court of Nigeria is a testimony that Biafra time to be restored is already here. What remains now is just a snap of a finger. You people are seeing it as it is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but I told you I will be raw. It is not about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is about Biafra, because the man they are holding represents the nation of Biafra. So if the Supreme Court of Nigeria deem it fit to say, this man, we are holding the judgment of this man to say, let him go, that is automatically that Biafra is already free from Nigeria. So what they did yesterday is what I'm going to break down for you, because I want to look into the judgment that they pronounced at the Supreme Court. For me, it is a win-win for all of us. But some of you do not understand. And that is why I told you that I am removing emotions and I'm removing diplomatic statements. I'm removing being, like, I don't want to paint it. I want to say it the way it is, that you may understand. They sent Mazi Nnamdi Kanu back to High Court, where they will free him. They don't want to accept defeat at the Supreme Court level. They don't want to accept that IPOB, led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, have won this case outrightly, even to their Supreme Court. Don't forget, this is a contraption called a country. Don't forget that the world are watching. So the firework that has been done by the legal luminaries and the IPOB leadership, led by Mazi Doziem, is so great that even the Supreme Court judges acknowledged that the invasion of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was illegal. Pay attention. Where you're thinking cap right away, wear it right now as you're listening to me. If you have a brother in the military, in police, in any, send this message to them. Let them listen. Let them pay attention. And send this message to the camp of all the enemies of this movement. I am not looking at my view. I'm looking at the share. Continue to press the share button and continue to type, to touch the like and the love button, that this program may continue to flow accordingly. Now, the Supreme Court of a country of over 200 million says that they faulted the attack, the invasion of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's house, which took the life of over 40 people, because 28 people we are seeing instantly. Later, so many other people died of bullet wound in Afari Beko. I was there. God says it is not my time to die. That is why I didn't die. So they acknowledged, that acknowledgement of the Supreme Court of Nigeria ruling that Nigeria military shouldn't have gone to attack Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, number one, is a win-win for us. That one alone is 5-0. Pay attention, pay attention. Stop attaching your emotion in things that is happening right now as in the hall, because we are going home. Remove emotion from it. Delete emotion from it. They acknowledge, they say that yes, they don't like it. It is against the law. This is a country's Supreme Court declaring that her own military have done something wrong. The Nigerian government, which the Supreme Court is the highest seat where decision can be made in the judicial sector. How could you see Nigeria? Oh God. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told you that I will win them even in their own court. As we won in the High Court, won in the Appeal Court, in the Supreme Court we won. Don't stop feeling bad saying that they did not give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom that very day. When them listen to me, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have won this case, Biafra have won this case, for the fact that Supreme Court acknowledged that that invasion of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu house was illegal, was wrong. We won the case. It's not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that won the case. So Biafrans have won Nigeria in their own Supreme Court. Now, if they have declared, as they have declared that these people were wrong, what is supposed to be the outcome? What is supposed to be the penalty that will follow those who went to somebody's house, somebody that was preparing to come to court to answer for any case you are putting against him? You came to kill him, and on the process kill over 40 people. What has been the declaration upon such government that have done this? You have not heard that one, and they have not said it. Those are the secrets you need to know. Because in a court, justice doesn't know who a father or who a mother of a child is. That is why the symbol of justice is a woman whose face was covered, carrying a scale by the left hand and a sword by the right hand. The definition of the scale and the sword and the closing of the eye of that lady simply means that this justice wouldn't know anybody or favor anybody. Because I know person, let me favor you. That is what it means. And the scale is to check the weight of offense that that person have committed. The sword is to cut that person, whether it is the child of the person or the mother of the person or the father of the person who stands to give the justice over that case. I don't know whether if you are listening to me. I don't know whether you are paying attention. Uncle, why are you? Mbobu no fulebe selonye ekechiri anya woro akede jide scale woro aka ndi jide mma agha ifo na-egosi bụ na asịkwa ari no nwa onye ahụ na-ekpe ikpe ahụ ka na-ekpe ikpe na ọma mfu ya dịka nwa ya onye n'ife nwa ya ahụ mere ọ bụ n'ife nwa ya ahụ mere adịrọ mma o were mma ahụ dị n'elu dị n'aka nne ya bupụ ya isi. That is justice for you everywhere in the world. May God bless any man or woman that brought that idea of covering the face of the person that is holding the symbol of justice. And I want to tell you something today. In the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, this woman that was blindfolded, the eyes was open. The sword was removed. The scale was there. The scale was the one that they used to check to see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have committed no crime, and that invasion of his house and the revocation of his bail was wrong, this is the apex court of a country. This is the apex court of a country. This is a supreme court of a country. Is telling you through the scale that what the military did was wrong, and for Binta Yanko to revoke the bail that was given to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and declare him wanted is wrong. The scale did its job. But after the scale have done its job, what about the sword? They dropped the sword. They did not use the sword to pass the judgment on those that invaded a palace of a king in Igbo land and killed. Blood was spilled in the palace of a king in Igbo land, and all the kings all their mouths were shut up. All the queens were shut up. Are you telling me that what happened in Afari Beku kingdom, if it has happened in Sokoto, it happened in Kaduna, if it happened in Kanu, if it happened in Kafanchan, are you telling me that Nigeria will still remain one? I want you to think that that justice that's supposed to be given to Afaruku kingdom and Alibo in general that has been denied, even appeal court to remind you that it was wrong. Where is the sword? Why didn't they use the sword? To say because of this, we are freeing this man. I am still coming to tell you why they will not pronounce such words. I'm coming to tell you that. Because sometimes when people talk, they talk out of emotion. Sometimes when people talk to you online, they talk to you trying to be diplomatic, I'm not going to hide anything to that. Go talk about CBO. My name is Mazi. I will tell you the truth at all times. I will tell you the truth. So now, the reason why the court have declared that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's rendition was illegal. I'm talking about Supreme Court here. So what judgment are you people expecting again? The Supreme Court have faulted for them to have invaded Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's house after he declared that I am coming to court with over 2 million Biafrans. They came to kill him. I was there. I don't remember one. As a matter of fact, I am PA to Mazi. I'm not talking to you as someone who listened or who heard or whose story was a storyteller told and who told to tell me. No, I was there. They acknowledge that that invasion of his house was illegal. What is the justice that's supposed to pave way? What is the penalty that's supposed to be meted on those that commanded the army that invaded and killed innocent people, including Jack who was killed, a dog was killed, an innocent dog. Hundreds and thousands of bullet holes is all over the house. What do you think? The same court agreed that Binta Yanko court shouldn't have revoked the bail that was given to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because they revoked the bail, they took away the bail and declared him wanted. And the Supreme Court said it was wrong. What else are you guys listening? Do you people understand what is happening here? That we won this case from back, up, sideways, right, left, and center. We won this case. And I will tell you the outcome when I'm done analyzing this. Now listen. When they acknowledge that international community have condemned the extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they also condemn it. They are trying to see if they can restore a little dignity, a little respect for their judiciary. That is why they also acknowledge that the process which led to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu kidnap was wrong, which was revoking of his bail. and declaring him wanted. They say it is wrong. We are here to make it clear to you. Then going as far as Kenya to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, bringing him back to Nigeria is another international offense that was committed. So Supreme Court knew all these truths. Supreme Court declared all these truths. Supreme Court knew that if not the coming and invasion of the military, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would have stand trial in Nigeria High Court. And he would won outrightly. They knew the outcome of that case. There was no evidence to nail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why the court have cut all the charges to 7 count charges. And the appeal court deleted all the charges because of the extraordinary rendition of this same person. They said you are not eligible to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in any court again. They said no court should try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu again. That is the appeal court. Now getting to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court now agreed. Everything that the appeal court has said is correct, is truth. Now, where it is laughable, where the secret I want to leak to you right now is coming, is on this topic I want to discuss right now. Therefore, touch the share button. Touch the like button. I am not making money from your share. I'm not making money from your view. I did not monetize. I keep telling the whole world, I don't monetize. And I will never monetize until Biafra is restored. So don't say, if you share it, you are making money from it. If you view it, if you are viewing it for your own good, because this message should go to every nook and cranny, every social media platform where Igbo people, where Biafrans are congregating. This message should reach each and every one of you. Your village meeting, put this message there. Your town meeting, put this message there. Your political WhatsApp group, put this message there. Put it, scatter it everywhere. Let Uwazurike and his boss get it. Let Asari Dokobo and his men get it. Everybody should listen, because there are things that you don't need to hide for a child. Because when you're beginning to hide something for a child, that child will be eager to know what you're hiding from him. Use your son or your daughter as an experiment right now. Tie something somewhere. Keep it where that child's hand can get to it. Tell that child, don't go there, don't go there. As you are turning back, you are telling the child to go there. The child will go to check what you are hiding. That is, if you keep it anyhow in the house, the child may not, his mind or her mind may not even get there. So they will not go. So on this case, it is not something you are going to hide for a child and tell the child not to go there. The child must go there. That truth is what I'm about to tell you. The international community countries are on Nigeria to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So many countries are sympathizing with Biafra right now as it is hot. I'm talking about powerful countries. The case of Biafra is no longer the way it used to be with Uwazurike, with Onwuka, with all the fractions that are fighting for Biafra. It's no longer the same way. Presidents are calling for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu release. House of Rep members in international community in America, United Kingdom are calling for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu release. United Nations Working Group have called for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu release. Do you think that Nigeria government is not on a hot seat to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? They are on hot seat to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But your expectation for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be freed at the Supreme Court is what I'm about to tell you that will not happen. They will free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the High Court. Because for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to defeat them in the High Court, defeat them in the Appeal Court, defeat them in the Supreme Court, Nigeria will become useless. Nigeria judiciary will become useless. Because what Supreme Court is doing right now is to let you know that this case should have been dismissed at the High Court. That this case, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu won this case at the High Court, so it should have been dismissed there. So taking it to the Supreme Court is kind of, taking it to the Appeal Court is kind of poking the eyes of Nigerian government and trying to rubbish their judiciary. You don't hear that secret now. And Akokwa as in, I will not be diplomatically correct, no. And I will not be emotionally correct, no. I will say it the way it is verbatim. For them to send it back there that is where the case should have died, a natural death. Are you listening to me? This is a case of two nations. Not Nigeria is not a nation. This is a case of a nation versus a country. It's not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So many of you are seeing it. This is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case against Nigeria. No, this is Biafra versus Nigeria. So Supreme Court will not declare Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, okay, we free you, you are free. No. They rather take it back to the High Court. Let the High Court say, okay, on a health issue, we will grant him bail. We give him bail. And on that giving him bail, they will also try to see if they can push Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to accept terms that will favor them. Are you listening? Now, the reason why they cannot declare it in that particular place you are expecting is because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have refused to sign anything that is not favorable to Biafra restoration. I've said it. Go and check all the freedom fighters that are fighting to restore a nation of their own. Go and check their history. Go and check how they come out. Go and check the negotiation that took place before they came out. I want to use Nelson Mandela as an example, as a study case. Nelson Mandela was not fighting to restore a country. Nelson Mandela was only fighting to give rights to the black people of South Africa. He was fighting against apartheid. Go to Google, type apartheid. What is the meaning of apartheid? The right of the owners of the land to govern themselves in their own country, not creating a different country. The case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in the case of Mandela, if it is rated 25%, the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be rated 1,125%, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting to have a country of our own restored. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like I said before, take this message to every group where you are. Let them listen. Because I got my go say ada. Oto se can say aguyonu. Yes. High Court is where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case should have died a natural death. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come out, walk out, and do the needful. So they have persuaded him. They have used, what they call it, delay tactics to delay this case, to see if they can push Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to the corner, to see if they can suppress Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to see if they can cower Mazi Nnamdi Kanu into accepting that times that favors them. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, his father is in the case, dead. His mother is in the case, dead. The auntie is in the case, dead. Thousands of Biafrans are in the case, dead. And the thousands of Biafra are in the prison. So what makes you think that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will step down from that his quest for Biafra restoration? So they were using delay tactics to see if they can push this man to surrender, to accept their condition. Now let me tell you what is on the table. You that will be sent to go and look for that boy that is speaking, or that man, the way you may call me. When you plant it finish, don't drink water, because you will die. Because when your enemy want to kill you and they couldn't succeed, they will say you will be on your own and walk. I think I walk. I have 1 million. 1 million I walk. Are you listening to me? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu refused to agree on their terms and conditions. And one of the conditions and one of the terms is take 5 states and go. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said no. That secret I go talk about, make you the hearer. Don't bother how I get my information. Don't bother how I get to know what I'm saying. Because if you are bothering, you will bother forever. If you are trying to know, you will forever you will not know anything. Just pay attention. Make use of your senses. Go with Enugu, Ebonyi, Imo, Abia, and Anambra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said no. I have a brother in Rivers. I have a brother in Cross River. I have a brother in Akwa Ibom. I have a brother in Bayelsa. I have a brother in Delta. I have a brother in Edo, Egodomigodo. I have a brother in Benue, Idoma, precisely. So you cannot tell me to leave my brothers and go. That is the point of contention here. You people should listen and pay attention. As they tried that, it did not work. They step up, considering, okay, you can go with Akwa Ibom and the Cross River. But River State, Bayelsa, and Delta, leave them for us. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said no. In River State, you have a place called Obibo, the heart of Igbo land, which they fraudulently changed to Oyibo. And do you know who changed it? An Hausa man, a Fulani man, is the one that changed the name from Obibo to Oyibo after the war. I know that they deleted history in Nigerian curriculum, so some of you may not know this. Those of you that knows the name of the Malam that changed that name, Obibo to Oyibo, you can put it on the comment section. Those of you that know it, put it on the comment section. That those that are watching this program may learn, because my program is not about giving you information, it is also about educating so many of you that are ignorant of the truth. I will open my line when I'm done with my analysis to take calls from Biafrans. If you have any question that is bothering you, bring it up. I will respond. I will answer to the best of my knowledge. Now, Fulani man change them from Obibo to Igbo. So Mazi said no. Go to Bayelsa. There are Igbo speaking in Bayelsa. Igbo speaking communities. Not community. Communities in Bayelsa. Are we talking about Ahabibokwe? Ahabibokwe is the original name of Asaba. They changed it to Asaba instead of Ahaba Ibokwe. He said, no, I won't do that. What about the Udo? In Iwakre, they changed it to Iwanke. He said, no, I'm not leaving them. They are my brothers. Yes. What about in Benue, Idoma? Go there and see to yourself. Ochi Idoma, but Onyenachi Idoma. So, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says, I will not accept anything less than these places as a Biafra nation. That is why it pains me, it breaks my heart whenever I look around and find out that it is 97% of only Igbo-speaking Biafrans that are in this struggle, fighting tooth and nail, going to prisons, paying the ultimate price for the restoration of this nation that comprises all these people that we are talking about here. Only the Igbo-speaking Biafrans, those in the hinterland. 97% of them. The 3% of them are few from other places like Delta, like Cross River, Akwa Ibom, like Rivers. It pains my heart. Mazi is fighting to make sure that he carries everybody along. And so many of you are not seeing it. All you are looking at is, when will he be freed? He is not yet coming out because he's not yet free because he refused to go with only 5 states. In extension, they added 2 states for him. Say, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, carry him go. He said no. He said no. You know, Mazi premeditated everything that you see happening now. He told us they will come with force, with their guns and bullets, to kill us, to subdue us. We will stand them. Men will die. People will go to prison. Yes, and we will not give up. We shall continue to march on. When they use their force and see that their excess force cannot solve any issue, they will come begging. And when they beg, you refuse. They will begin to force us for solution. And we have passed the stage of intimidation with guns and bullets. We are past the stage of that intimidation and bullet. We are in the stage of them trying to negotiate what should be done. And Mazi is saying no to leaving all these states, all these places mentioned, asking for only but one solution, referendum. And he told you in the court that he is not going to stop what he's doing until Biafra is restored. That is why he said, let there be peace in Biafra land. That's why he condemned everything like killing of our people or killing in Biafra land. Let there be peace. Because Mazi Nnamdi is the peace that all of you are seeking. Mazi Nnamdi is the peace that all of you are advocating for. He is the peace himself. If not, by now everywhere in Murugoko, the people that are holding him knew his capacity. The people that are holding him knew what he can do. That is why they have spent over 500 billion. 500 billion. These guys have spent over 500 billion to stop IPOB. They cannot. That is why they are paying the agent provocateurs to continue to kill, to continue to bomb, to continue to do so many things, so that they will put it on Mazi and use it to catch fish in the international arena. But the more they are tying, the more we are losing. That is why I say kudos to the IPOB media warriors. Kudos to IPOB media department, because we are in the front line, making sure that no enemy writes the history of our life, writes our biography, without we holding our pen. It is one of my best quotes in life. Whenever I want to write the history of my life, allow me to handle my pen. Because when the enemies are handling your pen to write your history, they will write you to death. Now, Mazi have refused to accept all these terms. Let me tell you another thing that is on the table. I will not keep my mouth shut. I will say it the way it is. Let those who have ear listen, and those who doesn't have ear to go and borrow. They are considering to take Nigeria back to regional system of government, which is called true federalism, because of IPOB. I know that DSS and SSS that are watching this program, they will be wondering, how does he get this information? Who told him this? This is the truth. Don't doubt it. Because of IPOB, they are considering, because they don't want that Biafra nation to go out of Nigeria. They don't want it. But they cannot stop us. The deed is done. The damages is too much. The life taken because of this is too much. We are not dying going to prisons because of one Nigeria under true federalism. No. Our people were giving their life because they want a separate nation called Biafra, where we can determine our future, where our children can live happily without being afraid of any rape from anybody from Futajalom Mountain. That is the truth you need to know. These are the secrets that they are hiding from you. Do you know how they want to do it? They are also considering allowing our region to answer Biafra region. They are considering to say, okay, if they proscribe IPOB and make it be like that side is called Biafra, but under one Nigeria, trying to do it, make it look like United Kingdom, which have Wales, have England, have what they call it, Northern Ireland, and what have you. What if they do it like that, and maybe they begin to look into let the resource control being managed. These are the things on the table that is being considered that Mazi Nnamdi is rejecting. Are you listening to me? The people who are holding him down are considering all these options, but Mazi is saying no, no. No, that is why the Supreme Court cannot declare him free. They say he's going back to High Court. The same High Court that couldn't jail him for the first 2 years and 6 months he spent in Kuje. The same high court that couldn't find anything incriminating to nail him until it gets to Supreme Court. That is where they're taking it to. So they are considering all these options you hear me saying right now. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is turning everything down. He's turning it down. Thank you very much. Chisomeji Keme, God bless you. I know that we'll have great students of Radio Biafra here. And I like what you posted right now, because while I'm broadcasting, I read their comments. The man who renamed Obibo to Oyibo in 1976 is Justice Maman Nasser, a Fulani from Katsina State, using the Igbo against the Igbos. That is the truth. We have old students of Radio Biafra here. And if I ask for something, within 2 minutes, it will appear on the platform. You will see it. And those of you who doesn't know anything, who just joined the struggle or listening to us for the first time, you will learn that Obibo was the original name. Obibo was part of Abia State, in case you don't know. When old Eastern region was together. So this Malam, Justice Maman Nasara, is the one who changed it to Oyibo. So what I'm trying to say is this. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have rejected every option that is not going to give us an outright Biafra. But I tell you something, he will be freed at the High Court. They don't want his freedom to come from the Appeal Court. They don't want his freedom to come from the declaration of Supreme Court. That is why the Supreme Court acknowledge all the evil that have been meted against this man. Do you know that if Supreme Court had declared Mazi Nnamdi Kanu free, the damages Nigeria will pay will be greater than what German have been paying to the Israel up to this moment? Do you know that? So they are seeking for political solution. Why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is seeking for referendum? It is only referendum that will solve this problem. And everybody will have peace. If you want peace, you have to start practicing that peace you are seeking for by freeing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Whether it is the High Court that free him, what we need is freedom. Undiluted freedom. Unadulterated freedom. Unconditional freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is what we ask for. And nothing more, nothing less. If you are joining this program right now, my name is Mazi Nnamdi. Continue to share this program. I don't want to take much of your time. I don't want to take much of your time. That is why I will open my line any moment from now to take calls from Momo Chineke. But don't forget that we won this case at the Supreme Court. The reason why we won this case at the Supreme Court is because Supreme Court acknowledged that the invasion of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's house was illegal. They declared that the withdrawal of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's bail is illegal. They also condemned that abducting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya, bringing him back to Nigeria, is also illegal. So they are sending him to where they will free him. They were sending him back to where he will regain his total freedom. Because the case was not supposed to get to appeal court, talk less of Supreme Court. Because it is going to be their shame that this man won them from High Court to everywhere. The caller on the line, please hold on. I am not yet. In the next 2 minutes, I will tell you to call, please. Just hold on. Before we go on, Kaibu Chaploma Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Not the lazy.
Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Ohamadike. Anyị kenebenu Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Ohamadike. Ohamadike Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Ọhamadike. Ike abụgo ndị Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu. Ọhamadike.
Okay, right now my line is open. For those of you that want to contribute to this program, you can call the program right now and make a contribution. If you have any question, bring it forth, because I'm going to answer you without mincing word. I will answer you without missing word, without adding any emotion, without being any diplomatic. I will tell you the way it is. The line is open. And my name is Mazi Bikem. That thing that is confusing you about yesterday judgment, bring it up here. Let us discuss it. Because we won the case in the Supreme Court. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come out when you are not expecting it. When you are not expecting it. Welcome to the program. I see the hot. Your name and where you are calling from, please.
Hello, Mazi.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Calling from Germany.
Welcome, brother.
Yeah.
Your name, please.
My name is Amande.
Amandi.
Bluetooth mode.
So,
Go ahead.
I have listened to your analysis. Well compelling, well furnished, but I still have my own little opinion.
Go ahead.
If you ask me, I will ask Barrister Jofo and Michael Zokome to not attend to any court or any sitting against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, and if at all they are going to appear, let them add on their submission Biafra name. I know you have analyzed everything in their submission, which I mean is their writing petition against Nigeria. Let them add it Biafra, not only Nnamdi Kanu name. So I thank you. This is my suggestion. Please, I want to hear from you. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, my brother. Ndị Igbo si na okwu adanọ n'afọ eru unyi. Ụka ọma na ntị nke ọjọọ na ntị. Not attending to any court case for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is your opinion. It's not a bad one, but I tell you something. Somebody said, not somebody, a judge of a Supreme Court of a country said, I condemn the invasion of the house of a man that you are talking about going to represent him in the court. I condemn the revocation of his bail. I condemn the extraordinary rendition of this same man. So what are you going to court to do? And the same court says he is going to face trial. Which trial? So that condemnation of those things that brought the trial not to stand, is that what you want to go and discuss? Or you want to go and discuss what have not been established for the past 6 years? Because in 2005, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, they couldn't find anything to jail him. They could not jail him. They only put Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in prison, in Kuje prison, for 2 years plus. And later they gave him bail, giving him date to come for trial. A week, 2 weeks to the date of his trial, the military went and invaded his house, killed over 40 people, killed even a dog, trying to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that stalled the trial that you people have put the date for. And now you have accepted that the military did something wrong, that they shouldn't have gone to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's house trying to kill him. So what do you think that any judge of any kind in any part of the world will say? Looking at that judgment from the Supreme Court, our case is won. Even if I represent Ipob on this case, anywhere you call me, I will win this case. Because when a court condemn a particular thing, put it as offense against anybody, there is a penalty to that. And there's supposed to be a justice given to the person whom you have committed such crime against. Am I correct?
Yeah, I'm hearing what you're saying. Yeah.
So
I'm hearing you.
So what I'm saying is that Ozekome and Barrister Jofo, they watch my program always. And your contribution makes sense. So they are going to work in regards to that, which the Supreme Court have said, that they condemn the revocation of his bail, they condemn the extraordinary rendition, they condemn the invasion of his house that took the life of people. So, saying that he's going to face charges in the court, what charges again is he going to face?
Yeah, because if you watch their submission, they said, according to what you analyze here, they said the military could have not went to his place to destroy his house. The way they bring him back to Nigeria is not okay. Why not them pronounce his release automatically there?
Thank you.
And they send the document, send the document back to Obinta Nyako. I don't care whoever will handle the case. That is not my business.
Now, let me tell you. If you know what Supreme Court represents, if you know what Supreme Court means, you will not say what you just said now. Because 97% of our people, or let's say 95% of our people, were expecting Supreme Court to declare Mazi Nnamdi Kanu free. I knew. There are so many people I have spoken to before now that I told that Supreme Court will not declare Mazi Nnamdi Kanu free. My brother, let me tell you what it means. It means, I'm telling you, listen to me. It means that the reason, the cause which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped for, that which he was asking for is granted automatically. If Supreme Court open his mouth and declare, say, yes, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is innocent and he should walk home freely, just like that, there's no more process for referendum. Biafra is gone. I say I will not be diplomatic with answers here. I will say it the way it is. That means Biafra is Nigeria have left Biafra, say Biafra go. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the face of that Biafra we are talking about. So what they did now is, somebody that is already falling, anything that he hold his hand,
or what? Yeah.
Mazi, listen, anybody that is falling, anything that is his or her hand gets hold of, they will hold it tight. And that if they want to put that in there, they can pull it down because there is no more strength. Abagondia 21-0. Abaraha 21-0 na High Court. Baha 21-0 na Supreme Court. Na Appeal Court. Then na High Court, Bazi ha 40-0. Yeji ba 40-0 pona. All the reasons which Appeal Court said that this is the reason why we are free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They said it is right. So sending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu there is to cover their shame and their incompetency.
Okay. Let me leave other people to make their own contribution.
Thank you. So don't expect them to say it, but I know that during the due process of whatever that is going to happen, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming out victorious. Yes. That is what is going to happen. Those of you that want to contribute to this program, the number to call is already on the screen, and that is +491 521 4292 638 on WhatsApp only. Please do not call the number direct because you cannot reach me. Call it only on WhatsApp. I am Mazi. My brother that asked this question asked an important and very brilliant question, but I have answered you. They cannot do that. They will not declare Mazi Nnamdi Kanu free at the Supreme Court. That is to say Biafra is free. If you don't know, make you know. But they will accept it because they are looking for conditions. They are looking for terms. They are trying to put one or two together. That is why they are sending him to appeal back to High Court. And High Court will grant him bail. And that bail will be unconditional. And during that bail, they will still be looking for a way to see if Mazi can subpoena. Negotiate now. That negotiation is what they are seeking for. And the appeal court cannot just come and say, yeah, we free him. If they do that, in Kehane Magugo. Asem na gahama to okweze aga mekwu ya koside. Aga mekwu ya koside aga ma to okweze. I have another caller on the line. Caller welcome to this program. As the hot, your name and where you calling from, please.
Yes, as to the hot, that's why I will take talk out.
Thank you, my brother. Go ahead.
My name's Mazi. So, yeah. Sometimes our people will do emotional for some things. When the Supreme Court, that is the highest apex court of that zoological republic, they condemn the army invasion of his house.
Yes.
One. Condemn the way they brought him back to Nigeria. Two.
Yes. They
talk about the remaining 7 count charge that have been trashed by the appeal court.
Yes.
So which trial again, Nnamdi Kanu is standing again. He started no trial.
At all.
One, the appeal court says that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not stand any trial.
Yes.
In that contraption for Nigeria again.
Okay.
Do you understand? What the judges are doing, and when you watch the appeal court judge, after that pronunciation, that verdict, they went and assassinate the woman husband. People don't know what is going on. They went and assassinate that woman husband. And after everything, all these people, they put fear for the judges. You can see some judges are retiring.
Yes.
Without their time reaching. What these Supreme Court judges did is to regulate that case and bring back. To regulate that case and bring back. Because that place is the highest of the highest. For Biafran case and then for Biafran case to come to the Supreme Court, first in history, people don't take remark of good things sometimes. First in history, that we appear in Supreme Court, they talk about Biafra and then Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes.
It's a credit.
Of course.
We are not fighting for a community land. We are not fighting for shop in area.
At all.
Or in the market or in Ochanja. What we are fighting is a nation. It's a nation we are fighting for.
That's correct.
British 85% of their resources are in Nigeria.
Yes.
America, the same thing. When you watch some side, Niger has gone. Burkina Faso has gone. Many other places has gone. And Nigeria had a huge where they get their pork. And which they want to die there, and which they will die there. So what we are fighting, Nnamdi Kanu will say, you are fighting on unseen monsters, unseen demons. Those ones we are seeing are those people are telling them what to say. The judges are afraid. They are afraid of the international community. They are afraid of assassins. So what they are doing now, Bitanyako will be crying now. Of bringing this case, she was happy that they have taken this out of. Depression will kill her. So you don't want this case to come to her court again. You don't want this case. And they are bringing it because of the husband and the son involve themselves in money laundering. We know all these things. We know all these things, but it will not work for them.
At all.
We are there before. We are millions steps ahead of them. We are there before them. Persons that are winning his mind, you don't need to go and play rough or to fight referee. Mazi, they give you yellow card.
Mazi, you can imagine a high court that couldn't jail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for 2 years while he was in prison.
It's not easy.
You can imagine. And this is another 2 years and 6 months. You couldn't find anything against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why they're reversing it to. Brother, let me tell you guys something. In journalism, there are things you don't say when you are facing camera. And there are things you say when you are not facing camera. Behind the camera, they knew the game they have played. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have won this case. As long as this Supreme Court declare that this man, for you to revoke for you to invade his house, it is wrong. For you to revoke his bail and declare him wanted, it is wrong. For you to even committed a crime, international crime, known as rendition, extraordinary rendition, it is against him and against humanity. So now, what they do is go back to that place. From there, we will free you. That is what I have to tell Biafrans. So thank you very much for your contribution. Let me answer more calls. Thank you.
Yes, Please, just give me 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Watch it.
Round up.
Just 1 minute. For those of our people that did not know, Obibo have one constituency with Eleme and some side of Ogoni. 6 years after the war, the Ogoni people moved to government for boundary adjustment. The place you are seeing today, Southern Imo, place they call Imo River, the Ogoni people, with the help of federal government, to rechange the name from Obibo, they are the people that pushing it with the Fulani people. To rechange the name, when you come to the church where we worship in Catholic Church, still under Aba Diocese today. Still under Aba Diocese today. Most of my document today is under Imo State. Do you understand? And today, sometimes the Ogoni people get down to Siwayok. We fought with them almost every time. The Ogoni people. We know what is going on there. They are pushing them, but today, most of them are understanding what is going on. Thank you. I will stop for that.
Thank you very much.
Because it's not what we are into now.
Thank you.
You come.
Thank
we
you.
say about it well.
Thank you very much.
Bless you.
Thank you. Bless you too, my brother. That is the voice of the man that responded to that request. When I asked that somebody should tell us the name, put up the name of the justice who changed the name from Obibo to Oyibo. His name is Chisom, and he's a Biafra. He's a great man indeed. He has been making great contribution to my program always. So right now the line is open for those of you that want to contribute. Call and ask any question that you are confused about. Call. I will answer your call and I will put you online. The world will hear your voice. We are here because Biafra must come in our own lifetime. We won this case in the Supreme Court. I was expecting Supreme Court to say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's house invasion was correct, that it was right. But they say it wasn't right. And when you say that something is wrong, what is the judgment you are passing in favor of that person whose right has been trampled upon? What is the judgment that you are pushing to him? Instead, you are telling him to go back and face trial. We understand that. We understand that. That is before camera statement. You are trying to be politically correct, but we are here to say it the way it is. We don't need to use all those political jingoism correctness to back up the truth that the whole world is saying. If you are confused, if you have something to say or something to contribute about this, about the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, yesterday case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which we won in the appeal and in the Supreme Court. Maybe because Mazi have not been free to come out of that place. He will come out like magic. How can you surprise? The young man is turning down every of their requests. Go with 5 states. He said no, I no go with 5 states. Okay, go with Akwa Ibom and the Cross River. He said no, I no go do it. I want all my brothers from Uganda, from Bayelsa, from the Delta. These are my brothers. We must go with people in Ikodo. We must go with our people in Benue. Yes, we must go with our people in Kogi, Lower Kogi. These are our people. In case you don't know. So they say you're asking for too much. Mazi say I'm not asking for too much. Put out a ballot boss there. Let there be ballot boss. The ballot boss is going to settle the case. The ballot boss will settle the case. Let our people in Ogoni say they don't want Biafra. Let our people in Igodomi say we don't want Biafra. Let our people in this thing, Benue, let them say they don't want Biafra. And I will not talk about it again. That is what Mbazulika Mechi told them. By the way, I just remember that we lost a great man, MNK'S, the first executive governor of Anambra State, the great Ibuku king. We lost him. And I say, may Chukwu Kabema bless his soul and grant him eternal rest. Because this is a man that went for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case. Not once, not twice. He is a good man. And Chukwu Kabema have called him to rest. So may his soul rest in perfect peace. He said, the line is open. The line is open. What have you to say about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu yesterday case, which they revert back to High Court? And what was the pronunciation of the Supreme Court? What is your stake? Say it. Let us hear you. Because on this platform, I see the hot, now so they talk. We cannot continue to keep quiet. We will be speaking to humanity. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu promised us. He said, it is you that will disappoint me. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, will never disappoint you. And Mazi is not disappointing anybody. Mazi is maintaining his stand for Biafra restoration. Total freedom from Nigeria. Total freedom. Because you hate us. You are profiling the Igbos. You are destroying our properties, our marketplaces. You are arresting and killing Igbo people unnecessarily. And we want to go. So you must allow us to go. And those of our brothers that you have carved into other states must vote to be with us or not to be with us. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is asking for. Nothing more, nothing less. So if you think you can be a stumbling block, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made it clear. He said, it does not matter who you are, that you will be crushed. Because Chukwu Okabiama is on this case for the restoration of our nation. I remember as well as the Chukwu became, I go Biafran came on another Biafra, and we fin one in Emalezopa Kazodia. Mazi Soja, they made it different. Those of you that are confused, that are writing on Facebook, and you are watching, call this program. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you understand. Tell us what is your opinion about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. The line is open. It's not when I end the program that new people begin to call. Now that I'm still here, share the program and make sure that you call in. Let the world hear our voice. If you don't call, if you don't speak, if you are not telling the world our story, the enemies will tell our story for us. And don't forget that when your enemy tell your story, they tell it to favor themselves. They tell it against you. So we all must, continue to stand with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We all must continue to stand with Eastern Security Network. We all must continue to stand with Ipob leadership, DOS. These are the legal people that are fighting to restore our nation. Every other person is a counterfeit. Every other person is an agent provocateur. What we do here is legit. And we stand on every protocol, every lay down order from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And we shall continue to do so until Biafra is restored. We are not backing down. We are not backing down. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed no crime. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have committed. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had committed crime, the court of Nigeria, the High Court of Nigeria would have jailed him. Since 2005, 2015, to 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 8 years, 8 years. You have not found anything incriminating to send this guy to jail. 8 good years. And you are returning him to the same court where the court that have squashed almost all the count charges that you people will label against him. Using delayed tactics, adjournment upon adjournment, adjournment upon adjournment. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not ready to give up. He's not ready to accept that you are cheap deceit. He's not interested in your money. Biafra have money. He's not interested in whatever you are giving to him. What he is interested is total freedom and restoration of his own people. This is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is asking for. Nothing more, nothing less. I have another caller on the line. Caller, welcome to this program. Thank you very much. Your name and where are you calling from, please?
My name is Zekuli. I'm calling from Russian Federation, Moscow.
Go ahead, Mazi Zekuli.
Yeah, one name, we're all over the world. We're buying down. I know.
Your network is very bad. I cannot hear you. Repeat what you said from the beginning because your network is not bad. Go ahead.
One name, Manas like no Walile, whatever I got. So by when no Walile guys go when near Bowla, you will let them. So Nala Hale me and Mokalema, I am Yola, you will let them, I am everything.
Yes, the word is hearing you. Go ahead.
Emma Silatla, I wanted a Brasilatla, Yawagi win near Wobble Habo Edge. The Wobble Habo Edge, one, Daggy win here. Wakalal, Tia Wobble, Tia Bagwas, because La Halebu Wig is but Hamadi Hala George because Hamadilo Halteri.
Yes.
Emma Sila beat Ayakula water. All those things that watch their back in la water, he was George, la water, would I just all those I mean, whatever or Hamadiki. Because him or Yabaka Halukuna la water. So I can revoke all those things la water. I condemn Mulala higher than the last quarter Nigerian one. Bush here back in la water, get la water per school to Halila because he happily battle one. Now, Haiba happy la got to Ibamana. Here we have a piala quarter la water. She naked and no about here will look him Pujapala high la water. If Bush here back and I can remove the Halil. Because I get higher ambassador, Brabba, or leader, but we say our brother, I was hanging ambassador or la him la water. So he knows regularly knows Lame la water. I get a book here and do he go. Our leader would have slat leg a big day here la water would have man get don't heap them on heap. He had no la water. Why I will go wash everywhere la water. How many everywhere to Akala, to DOS Akalanya, push how we can what I was like I cause for war. I am MNK'S la water. I am winning by everywhere. Cool order lay full hearts among me. Yella ham and la water. I used to go haloba. What is them? Where actually horse? They want what the heck great name, even their neighboring countries. How you go lose during 1916, 67, 69. Heck, the temple now go enemy. Russia today and the Britain, la water, Britain use that la water use on high level enemy today. So, Harry la water, I use the Quran. Biafra go la water, I here the name go la water be gola. Here I am Muna la water, can we get our support? Here then the listen, can you have a cool la water, Melo Biala. Flat like you know hot temper and what he hate you. You have a leisure like what you get you and why la water where because Nigeria force will wreck. I get the force will move. Why get you peace? Now you Labron because he actually create go over there you will peace when he leave me. Over there you want to leave me. We don't take one money to see what I am for a corner. If Afro corner the police, they have pushing you like Chagla, what them you will the book, Mama, and that's support the book, or young support workers. He share around the police state. I was there. I was
Thank you. That is our brother from Moscow. We are everywhere in the world. A lot of calls are coming in. Let your calls come in. We are here. Welcome to this program. I see the hot. Your name and where you calling from, please. Because your voice is very, very faint. Your voice is down. The world must hear you loud. Yes, I can hear you. And I would want you to speak in English. If not, you can use pidgin, please. The world are watching. They are listening.
Okay, no problem.
Go ahead.
All I have to thank you for what you are doing for the motherland.
Thank you.
We so much appreciate you. And for what happened yesterday, it is clear to the world that our people, we have done all we could to make sure that peace reign and that we have exercised all the patience.
Yes.
What Nigerians want, they don't need solution. Even earlier before now, I was listening to Mazi when he said he want to go and visit our leader. He was asking the offense of Igbo man. What did we commit? What did we do? I want to, before I tell you about our leader have done everything to make sure, because our leader is in fact, he is a human. He knows what is good for everybody, and that's why he has been doing it for us not to hurt anybody, for anybody not to hurt us again. He said that while we are going in our own separate way, we are not doing it to any hatred, but we want to preserve our life. One thing we are suffering today, and our leader is also facing today, is that good people have two options. It's either they speak or they keep silent. They can never pretend. And that is why our leader have come to offer solution. But these people, even to the whole world, people want is a solution to the whole world. So, in what I am saying in essence is that these people referring us back to High Court, we have followed all the due process and make sure that we get to the Supreme Court, which is the highest court of the land.
Yes.
And they have fought us. They have fought our leader. They bring our leader from on board, commit all the necessary crimes. And this shows you that what our leader always hammer on, that the work conspired against us for no reason. Now we have made sure we follow the due process of up now the silence. Who is championing the human rights in the whole world? Is it not pretend? They are the one. Nobody can speak now. All of them, they keep silent. It's just to tell you everything about us. People are supposed to know his face by now. I said this that any woman after seeing Nnamdi Kanu and Ipob, you are going to church to look for miracle. So, the only thing I have to say, this is the time they have crossed the red line, and our leader said we have crossed the Rubicon. They have crossed the Rubicon, they can never push us again. For me, I don't know, in my own opinion, going back to the High Court, it's no for me. It's no for me.
A high court that couldn't jail him for the past 8 years is where they're going back. Don't worry, that is an exit door for Mazi. Thank you very, very much for your contribution, my brother. Thank you very, very much. That high court where they're sending the case back to is an exit door for Mazi, in case you don't know. In case you don't know, that is it. So I want to take more calls before I close the program. Those of you that have called while I was on call, please bear with me. I'm expecting those of your calls that came before because I cannot answer 2 calls at the same time. If you have called me before and I couldn't answer your call, it is time for you to call again. And I'll be giving you people more 3 minutes so that I'll answer as many calls as possible. Welcome to this program, as you have. If you are calling, make sure that you call this program. Thank you. Your name, please.
My name is Mazi. I'm on the Over Biafra and I'm calling from Paris, France.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very quick one because I'm at work. I just want to contribute very quick to this program. You know, for what happened yesterday,
yes.
Let's say it the way it is. Even if they try to beat around the bush about the whole decision and all those things, we know that for them to it's not the first thing that the case is being taken to Supreme Court or from Supreme Court from High Court to Appeal Court, from Appeal Court to Supreme Court, from Supreme Court they refer it back to High Court again. There is a case currently going on in Senegal right now. I believe he was in Senegal before. There is a man called Usman Sanko.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
They took it, he want to present as he want to contest as a president of Senegal. So with the law and everything, because they saw the weight he's pulling with the crowd that is going after him, you know, they saw him as a threat. So what they do, they try to find everything to take him off the way, you know.
Yes.
So they want to use the judicial process to take him out of the way. So there was a court in a city called Zigisho who said for them to take him out of the electoral list is illegal, that they have to reinstate him. The government was so angry, they wasn't expecting that decision coming because okay, maybe it's from that region, that's why that court took that decision. So they take the case to Supreme Court, which is Supreme Court in Dakar. They cancel the decision of that High Court of that region. So the Supreme Court now referred it to another court, another High Court in Senegal, which the new court they assigned the case now. Also decided the same thing the previous High Court decided in that region. So they said this guy, you don't have right to take him out. So what am I trying to say is this. The truth, the Supreme Court don't want to free our leader directly because if they free him direct, they will see that they are giving us Biafra in a matter of good. That is true. But what they're referring back to High Court is they will release him, but they don't want to release him with condition. That's just the truth. They want to release him in the way that they will still be, their eyes will still be on him. They will not allow him to leave the country. They will know all those things. So that is just the thing. But in that case, it doesn't really sit where we talk because this one is still innocent man is suffering there because of us. How long is he going to stay there again that, okay, the case will come up in Supreme Court? All those things, that is what makes Biafra so emotional. So when we are emotion, I know we don't have to allow emotion to cloud our sense of reasoning, but where we are, emotion is normal because this man is suffering. We that our family, we are seeing our family every day. We are working freely and all those that. But, see having this feeling, this is having in my head that my leader is still in that place, it's really, really hitting me up, And I don't really know. I know we have tried a lot, but we still keep on trying. So all I want to say is that we should still have patience. Whatever game they are going to play, I believe that we are equal to the task and we are going to maneuver as smart. At the end of the day, Biafra must come. Our goal is Biafra, and our leader must be free. So thank you very much for your great work you're doing for Biafra. God bless you.
Bless you too. Thank you very much, my brother. That is our honorable Biafra brother who called from France. And I appreciate your contribution. And you made sense. We know how they are playing this game. We are the master of the game they are playing against us. We understand it. We understand the game. So however they are doing it, we don't care. What we care is that Mazi will be free. Mazi will be free. You can't stop Mazi. And you can't stop Biafra. The shame of Supreme Court declaring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu free is what they are running away from. Yes. That's what they are running from, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That's why they are running from the case and returning it back to High Court. But anyhow they want it, we are here. Because if an appeal court have discharged and acquit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the Supreme Court says they are setting it aside, sending it back that he must stand trial, at the same time saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the invasion of his house that led to him not to appear in the court in the first place is illegal. Then what kind of double standard is this? Nigeria is further making themselves a mockery of a nation. The world is laughing at Nigeria judiciary. Nigeria judiciary are wugonala. Nothing remain. Let me answer this call. I think I have more to, after this call, I have more 1 or 2 calls to answer, then I'll bring the program to an end. But for now, we are still here. Welcome to the program. Your name and where you're coming from, please.
Yeah. Thank you, my brother. How you doing?
I'm not fine, but I thank God for today. Just speak louder. Go ahead and speak. What do you think about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu yesterday court case? The outcome?
Hey, my brother. Yeah, it's purely injustice.
Yes.
Pure injustice. You can see Mr. Chief Ulas have said it all. That is pure injustice. You understand?
Yes.
I think our people need to rise up. We need to rise up. You understand? So I plead on all Igbo people, the leaders of Igbos. Everybody should rise up. Because this is taking too much. The Supreme Court have condemned the government on what they did. Why can't they just say, okay, that bell they revoke, why can't they not grant it that bell? So you can see it's an injustice, my brother.
Pure injustice.
Yeah, pure injustice. So we need to work up. No, thank you for your work, my brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your contribution. I need only but more 1 call. Just 1 call now. 1 contribution now. Then I will draw the curtain down. Only 1 call. Only. Who is the lucky caller right now? Who is the lucky caller? Just 1 more call. 1 more contribution. Then I'll draw the curtain down. We are indigenous people of Biafra. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is our leader. Directorate of State is the arm of government that is holding us together. And Mazi Chikelozim is the head. I just have the last caller right now. Caller, welcome to this program. I see the hot. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Mazi Soji Totoma. It's my island.
Mazi.
It's my island. PF about some boy game is here. Mazi, you man, I want him now. All Biafrans. Because here and goes good and the Biafra even that is the zoo proof go to the world that is their really zoo. That even the advantage is an advantage of our freedom.
Of course.
So anybody, because this thing is part of the game and shows proving that the zoo is finished.
Yes.
Because number one, if they go if the Supreme Court to do so, condemn
Thank you.
So our people should hold themselves, know that that is freedom, and we are on top of the game. We still on top of. I know the Nigeria.
Yes.
But when he got the NMN,
of course.
You are just Tunisia. You are who did what you are. You are me back. You anything, man. All the go late for them.
That's correct.
So all Biafra, we have gone. The dot at the that is so no that they happy. Even now you're the would be now it's Sky face is here because all was here, Mazi, even well, I go back before, isn't it when you Biafra? So when it is proud now when you keep it without nothing happening. So even man on a Mazi or Baleze, would you see it? But I even don't as we can all the 100%. Oh,
thank you very, very much. And this is going to be the last caller of the program, and I want to use this opportunity to plead on some of our brothers and our sisters, those that are highly emotionally attached or affected by this judgment, to calm down, because the leadership are on top of the game. The legal department of this movement are on top of the game. And I want to speak to some media warriors. There are some statements I've been seeing people putting on their walls. It is out of anger, provocation that I see all those statements. I refuse to write such statements. That is why I am appealing to them to be careful about what they put on their platforms. Very, very important, because we are on top of the game, and Biafra is our land, and our restoration, the restoration of our nation, is not negotiable. It is Biafra or Biafra. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be free. The reason why he's still there is because he wants all of us to be free. If not, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had wanted only his freedom, by now he would have been out. You understand? But he wants the freedom of everybody. Total freedom. That is why he is still in the hand of the enemy. So when you are writing something out there, just make sure you know what you are putting out, because internet never forgets. They record everything. But out of emotion and anger, I see people putting out some kind of thing. Don't worry. I maintain that peace is the best solution to restore our nation. And Biafrans are not declaring war against anybody. We are only asking them to allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go, and to allow Biafra to have a date for referendum. Whether they like it or not, Biafra must be freed. This is my submission, and my name remembers Baleze Chukwu became Ezenwife. Ibe malezo kwa kazo de mazo soja di meji jifere. Asimonya fotata se fokuye echi. Asikwa mochonko ge mem odachi ekwekwana ya. Onye ọbụla from si na anya na afọ ifo na kpọle ya pụtakwa n'ọzọ. Ọkwụ na-eche m n'ụzọ ka nsogbu tali ya. Chukwu oke abịa ma. Onye ọbụla from na-atụ nkwe. Ihe na-ekwu bụ osu ufere bụrụ ya abụrụ maka ọmapụ ya ọnụ mecha ọdụ ha sịa. Ana m asị unu n'ahụ igwuru m gụnwa gadakpu n'ime ya. Ọnya ahụ ikwere m gụnwa ka ọ ga-ama. Ụta ọjọọ ahụ ịgbapụrụ gị echigata azụ bịa gbogbo gị n'ezinụlọ gị. Onweghị ife ị ga-eme mapụ nwa mmiri. Apụ nwa mmiri nwere m onye ilo. Yes. The only way iwe ike isi meme ife ọjọọ in the spiritual realm nweta m bụ ọ bụ na ime eme ya ịkwụsị ịṅụ mmiri, kwụsị iri nri, it will happen. But in as much as you drink water In as much as you drink, touch water, you eat food, cook with water, any evil you plan against me, you will collect it woto in a million times. I have closed this program and somebody is calling. I don't know what this person have to say. And let me just give this person only but 2 minutes, then I'll close the program. You know, I've already answered the last caller of the program, but you are calling while I'm about to close the program. So you have 2 minutes to run up. Go ahead.
Sorry that I got that. I was calling, but the call is too much. I'm sorry if I know that, yeah, it's like you are rounding up. I thought our mama say, first of all, my name is Mazi. Mazi calling from his location, known as William. Mazi, your program this morning. Thank you for your program. Yes, it has happened. It has happened. We can never blame anyone. First of all, I thank our HOD. I thank our HODs. And also, I praise them. I give them a praise. I praise them. They really try. And also, I thank our lawyers. But I say, that's something that remains. Our people normally say, we cannot continue like this. I'm pleading for them because we are waiting for them. Also, directors, they are our leaders. Whatever they say is goes. And also, we can never argue with them. Morale is high. I'm begging, don't let this morale to come down. Because there's time for everything. Everything has time and season. I'm begging, whatever is the decision, move. Please, let it intensify it, not to come down again. For instance, our HODs, I could remember when they banned the flag of Zoo people, the Zoo flag in our land, and then we heard that they must be intensifying. But as I'm speaking to you, most of these evil politicians are still putting those evil flags inside their vehicle or inside their body. Even most of schools, even most of church, even most of markets are still making use of them.
Your network is not good. Mazi, we are talking about going to Biafra. We are going back to a Nigeria flag and what have you. We are moving forward. I thank you for your contribution anyways. Your network was bad. So, but we have passed that stage, just as you stated before, that there is time for everything. The time where we are right now is a very critical time. It's a very sensitive time where people should use their brain, not their mouth. Where people should use their brain, not their mouth. That is why I was not economical with the statement I made this morning. I made it clear what is holding Mazi and what they have done to Mazi and why they are doing what they are doing. So it is our own duty to support IPOB leadership. It is our own duty to support Eastern Security Network. It is our own duty to make sure that IPOB stands. So nobody should in any way do anything that will jeopardize this movement. If we catch you, you are in trouble. So may God bless the men of Eastern Security Network. May God bless all the IPOB media warriors, the coordinators. May God bless the DOS. Mazi Chikedoziem, the Chukwukabema, bless Radio Biafra. I mean Chukwukabema, bless myself. Mazi always the Chukubikema go Biafra and Kembu na Biafra is a muife. Ibema lezo kwa kazo dia. Asimonya frotata. sefukwu ya echi. Chukwu okebe ma gozie unu ka emesịanụ. Ndewo unu.